fourth and final game, the second day of the Senior League World Series. And it's a primetime matchup, Carolina Clash. It's the host team from South Carolina District in Easley going up against Irmo, South Carolina, the champions of the Southeast region. Packed house at JV Red Owen Sports Complex to wrap up the day. The winner of this game advances to the U.S. Finals on Tuesday night for a tilt with the East Region champs, New Jersey. Hi again, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us. Jim Kane here with you as we put on another great day of baseball in Easley, South Carolina. First, a look at the Southeast champs in Irmo, a tournament that took place in Florida. They defeated Georgia in the championship game, and they are led by Ethan Von Ahn. His brother is on this coaching staff as well, and should be a lot of fun here today. We will look at why Salters. Salters will toe the rubber, and Salters is arguably their top arm. The left-hander will top out in the low 80s or throw the curveball and the changeup. His best pitch is his two-seam fastball, according to Von Ahn. And his out pitch is his changeup. And see what he has in store against his South Carolina District 1 team that we here yesterday with a 3-2 victory over the team from Illinois out of the Central region. Of course, they are the host team and an automatic bid. They are led by George Turman, their manager. It's an exciting win here yesterday in the final game for South Carolina District 1. 3-2 again, the final. They fell behind early. I should say they took the early lead as the visiting team. Lane Fowler, he was outstanding last night. He went the final inning in 2/3 of a hit nor a run. He walked only one, struck out, was fired up afterward, and rightfully so. Should be a final game to wrap up day number 2. A lot on the line. Certainly bragging rights for sure. A couple of South Carolina teams going at it here tonight. There is the host team, and the stands are packed. Look at that. There's barely a room on those bleachers on the first base side by home plate. They are ready to go on both sides. South side representing a bunch of yellow you see there for the East Region champs from Irmo, South Carolina, small just outside of Columbia. They went 5-1, had to come through the loser side of the bracket in order to capture the Southeast title. And they came away victorious with the win over Georgia in the Southeast team. Their lineup will have that guy at the top. That's Raleigh Salters. He will hit second. Braden Johnson leads things off as the shortstop. Coleman Fryer hits third and catches, with Candler Morden cleaning things up at second base. Charlie Mejia is at the hot corner at third. Boone Miller is first base. Luke Becker is in right. Reese Jolly, the son of James Jolly, one of the assistants on this team. And then Boykin Bickley, center fielder. The self-proclaimed best basketball player on the team, but certainly a fine baseball player in his own right to be a part of this World Series appearing team. And there is Fowler again, who was sensational here yesterday. Between Fowler and Jordan, two dynamic arms on the mound for George Turman's team. Fowler, 6'4", the Easley native, will toe the rubber in a start today. And he's able to pitch because he threw 34 pitches. So Fowler getting the ball here at 24 pitches, I should say. Getting ready for some baseball on a gorgeous night here at Easley. Sun setting off to the first base side. And the defense for Easley. Jay-Sean Perry in left, Joey McGovern center. Cade Scruggs is the right fielder. Bolton Pritchard at third with Grayson Austin hitting the shortstop position. Aiden Biko plays second. And Jonathan Sonderfins at first. And Aiden Queen will catch Fowler here tonight. Game here today had a ton of offense with Curacao winning 16-13 in 8 innings to advance to the international semifinal. Game 2, New Jersey with a 6-1 victory over Hawaii to send them to the U.S. semifinal game coming up on Tuesday. And they await the winner of this one in this South Carolina tilt. First pitch from Fowler is dribbled back towards the map. He fields and flips to first for a very quick first out. Underway at 8:14 p.m. Eastern time.
Now batting number 21, Raleigh Salters.
Should be a good battle here between Raleigh Salters and Landon Fowler. What starting pitcher? Strike the hook. Jason Job, one of the assistants, calls this kid a 5-tool. He can run, he can hit for average, he can hit for power. He's got an incredible arm. He can go get it defensively too. Eddie pitch. Breaking ball sweeps outside. It's 1-2. Excellent take by Salters. Not easy to lay up. Fastball, strike 3 called. That's the outside edge. Excellent for Landon Fowler. A pitcher's pitch. And David Wilson, played umpire, ringing up Salters. Barry Yates is the first base umpire. Doug Fravel's at second. Alex Hufford at third. A wave and a miss from Coleman Fryer on a breaking ball. Big kid, 6'3". Curveball catches the corner, and it's 0-2. This has been awfully impressive stuff to start. Good rhythm. A weak grounder towards short. Austin gobbles it up. Guns to first, and picks by Sonderfin for the final out. 2-3 on only 8 pitches for Landon Fowler. South Carolina District 1 will come to bat when we return. Heck of a start from Landon Fowler as he retired that order 1-2-3. He got Johnson, Salters, and Fryer on only 8 pitches. So the host team will come to bat against Salters. What a pitching matchup here to wrap up the day. Fowler and Salters. Joey McGovern leading things off. St. Austin hits second. Landon Fowler in the 3 spot. Aiden cleans it up. Aiden for Cade Scruggs, Rathers in right. Jonathan Sonderfin, the first. Aiden Queen, the backstop with Trey Sutton, the DH, and Jay Sean rounding out the order for George Turman's team. There's Salters. Very talented. And Pete Von Ahn, the skipper of this team, says he's probably the most talented player on the team. A lockdown outfielder, done on the mound. He's got a plus arm. Hits the ball hard everywhere. Von Ahn says he brings gas when he's out on the hit. McGovern's in. Pitch from the lefty. Dips down and away for ball 1. McGovern led off yesterday as well. As he gets under this and pops it to center. And Bickley getting up will make the two-hand catch for out number one. McGovern yesterday in 4 plate appearances was on all 4 times. The rest of the defense
Number 13,
for this team from Irma, Carolina. Jolly in left, Bickley, as we said, in center with Becker in right. Infield third to first, Mejia, Johnson, Morden, and Miller. Grayson Austin hit by the first pitch. Austin back to the 2 spot. Was right in the thick of things yesterday for this host team. Someone just leaked inside.
Now batting number 25, Landon Fowler.
A battle of pitchers. Fowler against Salters. Back up the middle and into center field. Fowler with a base hit. Austin to second. 2 on with 1 out for Aiden Bico. Not wasting any time. Jumping on that very first off from the southpaw.
Now batting number 21, Aiden Bico.
Send Aiden Bico. So last night was in the 3 spot. Favorite is Holes. It's a great movie, too. Aggressive here early. These South Carolina District 1 hitters. Back-to-back hitters going after that first pitch. Salters tabs on Austin. Austin stole a base yesterday. The breaking ball grabs the outside corner. Automatic bid for this South Carolina D1 team. Didn't have to go through any of the other tournaments. Got throw to second. Back in there safely, Austin. Talked about yesterday, but it was interesting to hear George Turman talk about how he coached this and getting this team to practice twice a week. Miss, and Bico down on strikes for the second out of the first.
Coming up to the plate, number 12.
With a fastball, had a little arm side take to it, it looked like, and by the bat of Bico. This is only the 2nd game for this entire collection of players, all 16 teams. They've been playing throughout the summer on various travel ball teams as Scruggs sends this to center. It's a big hit. Austin in to score. Fowler stopped at second, and the host team strikes first. Guy knock from Scruggs, and the number 5 hitter delivers.
Now batting number 9.
Another early swing. That certainly is the game plan here against Salters. And Austin coming in. Now it's Jonathan Sonderfin. A lot of right-handed hitters in this line. Rightfully so with the lefty. Breaking ball that missed that time. Sonderfin yesterday went 0 for 2, but did draw a walk. This pitch darts down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Just off the inside edge, 3-1. Salters is 15 years old. And his pitch is skied to center. Bickley, the grab, and the side retired, but not before easily strikes first. McCade Scruggs single, and the host team will take a 1-0 lead into the second. The excitement of the World Series can be down in the new Little League World Series app. Fans can view schedules, watch highlights, and plan experience using the Little League World Series app. Download today for Apple and Android devices. Second inning in the fourth and final game of the day. Day 2 of the Senior League World Series. Landon Fowler coming off a very impressive 2-3 first. And he deals strike one over to Cantor Morden. Middle third of the for the Southeast Region champs, and a bouncer foul third base side makes it 1-2. Ground and foul outside of first. Poked the other way down the line, but foul. Look out, first base umpire Barry Yates. In Mejia and Miller. 3 M's in a row. There's Yates. Breaking ball drilled to the left, and that's a base hit. So Morden becomes the first member of this team to reach and start to the second inning. Two strikes on him. Good at bat by Morden, and that brings up Mejia. A lot of pop in this bat. Kid with a good arm. Plays a great third base as well. Jason Jolly, assistant coach in the Southeast team, says that it keeps things loose in the dugout. Certainly have to over the course of a long grinding summer. He hits this one in the air to center. Backpedals and makes the catch. Retreat at first is good. We've seen early swings on sides against these excellent pitchers who've been strike zone. Perhaps that's the plan of attack, is to try to get these guys early and not fall behind. We've seen some really good secondary stuff, especially from Fowler. And a breaking ball and too much break. Boone Miller, 16-year-old, very disciplined hitter according to coaching staff. There against the corner. Just a beauty. Gonna hit the target of Queen. Pickoff throw to first, very close. Barely back in. And this Southeast team, they won their first game of the Southeast Regional. This pitch is fouled first base side. 6-2 over Virginia back on July 22nd. But they lost their next game to Tennessee on the 23rd. Bounced back in a big way on the 24th. Drilled high and deep out towards left field. Perry is back and he makes the catch in the gap. These Southeast hitters have been putting the bat on the ball, getting some good swings off Fowler here in the second inning. That breaking ball was left up in the zone, and Perry got a good jump on it.
Now batting, number 19.
That game on the 20 bounced back with a 16-6 thumping over the North Carolina squad. Virginia, they had to win twice on the 25th. The 19-9, the victory over Tennessee that sent them to the championship. Ended up beating Georgia 10-3. And here they are. Close play again at first base. Nifty pickoff move for Fowler. Quick feet down. Luke Becker takes a strike. Becker, the right fielder. Waves and misses. Jason Jolly calls him one of the most competitive kids I have ever met. Luke Becker. 2-2 off the outside edge, and the count is full. Morton led off the inning with a goal. He's still at first. Payoff. Up and in, ball 4. Best breaking ball there. That seemed to slip out of his right hand, and a base on ball marked by Becker. So Southeast will try to rally down. Number 8 hitter Reese Jolly, of course, his dad, as we've mentioned, is Jason, one of the assistants. Shrimp Alfredo, his favorite. Take a strike over the heart of the plate. Kid who plays all over the diamond. He'll play where ask him to. Fowler keeping Morton up at second. Nothing seems to bother this kid. And the lights are shining their brightest, as they are right now in prime matchup in this Carolina clash. South Carolina District won, the host team from Easley, against the Southeast Regional champs from Urban. Skips in. Heck of a stop by Aiden Queen behind the plate. Spook. Right off the chest protector. The runners from advancing. Jolly takes a strike. On with 2 out. 2-strike pitch is fought off foul. Jason thinks Reese is coach in the making. So maybe Reese will follow Dad's footsteps one day. Batting here at a big spot early, though. As Fowler and Queen trying to get on the same page. And time is called. In the majors and in the minor leagues as well, teams using the PitchCom devices to avoid situations like this. Have that here, of course. Old-fashioned signs going through a second set, perhaps. A chopper hit third base side. Fowler picks it up, slings to first, and it's there in time to get Jolly. No runs, a hit, and 2 stranded. It's a 1-0 lead for the Hope team through an inning and a half.
Remember to visit our concession stand located underneath the press box for a wide selection of refreshments. Coming up between the second and third innings, we're going to have
Find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS. Let's go back to this last play that may at the top of the second. It's currently being reviewed, and it looks like it hit the front of Reese Jolly. It was challenged by the Southeast. Look at this shot by our outstanding crew. Zooming, slowing it down. That is about as close as it can get. Jolly in the Southeast side thought that it was a foul ball. Umpire's still looking at it. District 1 waiting to come to bat as they try to figure this out. Each team is allowed 2 unsuccessful challenges here in the League World Series. The ruling on the field is going to stand, and it will still be an out. 3 ground out for Reese Jolly to end the inning. So it's an unsuccessful challenge. So we are officially through an inning and a half. Here in Easley, Irmo crowd has showed out. Great here on the 4th and final game in Easley. Let's see here another angle. Looks like it did miss his foot. I think the difference may have been the fact that Jolly's front foot, you can see it coming up. It's following through in his swing. If that foot stays completely flat on the ground, maybe they've got a better case there, but it did open up a bit. It's a game of inches, as they say. Mostly you hear football, but you can apply that to baseball as well. And balls hit down foul lines, balls missing the strike zone, catching the zone, what have you. Even in this case, a couple of inches to the left, and maybe that's foul ball. Having a different conversation, but not the case. So we're ready to go. Bottom of the second. It's the bottom third of the order. Due up for District 1. Aiden Queen leading things off. What's interesting about Raleigh Salters in his first inning, he faced 6 batters. He threw 13 pitches. District 1 was very aggressive, swinging early in counts. Queen taking a strike here at the first offering. Queen the catcher today. Breaking ball comes in high. It's sharply towards short. It's snared on one hop by Queen is retired. Johnson looking smooth at shortstop.
Now batting, number 26, Trey.
And here's Trey Sutton. Did not play yet. Okay. Pitch is away for ball 1. Fouls this way. Big hack there. Trey Sutton. Cut and miss for the versatile Trey Sutton. Tad Tardy grounds this one left side at the shortstop again. And Johnson wings it to first to get Sutton for the second out.
Now batting, number 4, Jason Perry.
In the first inning for Salters, strikeout, gave up 2 hits in the batter. Got 2 flyouts to center. It's a couple of ground outs to begin his second. Number 9 man Jay Sean Perry. Yesterday, as he puts one to right, playable for Becker. And 1-2-3 goes easily in the second. We're on to the third. One lead for the host team. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Well, visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community near you. We are on to the third in this battle between the South Carolina squads. Irmo Little League representing the Southeast region. And then the home team from Easley battling for the right to play New Jersey, the winners of the East region in the U.S. semifinals on Tuesday. Swing and a miss as Boykin Bigley was tied up on this pitch from Landon Fowler. Fowler, 8 pitches and a 1-2-3 first. He tossed 20 throws in the second. And he fans Bigley, blows him with high heat for the first out. Fastball stick. And some arm side run as well. Back to the top of the order, and Braden Johnson. Curveball bends in for a strike. Grounded back to the pitcher his first time. So Fowler goes first time through the order on 36 pitches. This is foul at home plate. Off the end of the bat there. A couple of times it's happened with breaking stuff for foul. Hasn't had a grip on it. It's been a humid day here in Easley. Fastball's fouled away. Another 1-2. Down and out, and it's 2-2. It in the air to left. Drifting out is the shortstop, Austin. He'll make the play. 2 up and 2 down. It's fascinating seeing this host team that got the automatic bid. This collection of 16 players that sure they've been playing throughout the summer on different travel and summer teams. Terman telling us yesterday there were 2 or 3 that would play together on one team, 3 or 4 on another, 2 on this team, 2 on that team. He said that when their respective summer ball and travel teams would have practice on a day that this team would have practice, he would kindly ask that they would have his practice, try to get some sort of chemistry and mesh together. Fowler looking to set down the side in order. As Salters fouls this one off. Raleigh Salters, a strikeout victim. And first at bat, he went down looking on a fastball. Curveball is bounced foul. Raleigh Salters. Dutch fork high, and Irmo pops it up. Scruggs can't find it. The second baseman, Biko, has it go off his glove. Tough sky right now. It's that twilight sky as we approach 9 o'clock hour. And Salters reaches. Right fielder had no idea where this ball was. You can see he puts it up. Nico gave it his best effort. Maybe the lights had something to do with that too. Combination of factors perhaps. So a break for the Southeast. Heller, he's about to hit the 50-pitch mark. So he's nearing the end of the line, throwing 34 yesterday. This is down and away for ball one. Finish this at bat. Coleman Fryer got him to ground out his first time. Runner is off. Go down to second base is high. Deflects off the glove of Pico. Roll far enough for Salters to advance. So he swipes second. A great jump. The pitch was a called strike, as you saw. Leaping, and if he doesn't get a glove on it, maybe Salters is into third. First stolen base tonight. Ball to center. McGovern started back. He comes starting in, and he can't get it. Salters comes in to score, and Fryer puts it in. Ball's in the air. Right there right now. And East ties the game. You can tell Fowler knew right from the get-go that it's going to be trouble. Middle infielders Austin and Pico did their best. They were trying to it. So back-to-back balls put in the air, and it results in a run for South Carolina Southeast. They'll take him anywhere he can get him. Both have been ruled base hits. So it's an RBI for Fryer. Got a runner at first base. Here for the catcher, Fryer. Comes off.
Running number 6, Jonathan Shepard.
Shepard comes in. And he won. Candler Morton. A chopper off the plate, back up the middle. It's Austin who gloves and just to first. Griffin keeps the right foot on the bag. Side, and Shepard is stranded, but a couple of balls in the air lead to a disaster for District 1, but it's a gift for Southeast. So we're locked at 1, go to the bottom of the third. Tied at 1 as we head to the home half of the third. Here in Easley, South Carolina, the Little League Community Hero Program helps to honor those dedicated individuals who not only volunteer their time at Little League programs, but also contribute in other ways to improve their communities. To more or to nominate a community hero, visit littleleague.org/community heroes. Something to cheer about now for the Southeast side of things. 2 balls that could have been outs, but tough sky right now as we've got twilight here. JB Owens Sports Complex. The order, it's Joey McGovern taking the strike from the southpaw Salters. McGovern through to center his first time. Curveball sweeps across the plate, down and in. First time through the order. Salters allowing 3 runners to reach. It all came in that first inning. Again, an inning in which he faced 6 bats, but threw 13 pitches as he fires in low behind 3-1. The winner of the game moves on to the U.S. semifinals. Ball 4 is high. So the leadoff man is on for the first time tonight for the team.
Now batting, number 13, Grayson Austin.
Time is called as we will have a meeting on the hill. Pete Von Ahn, manager of this Southeast team, bringing the entire infield together here. And some interesting remarks about his team. He said, we may have 16 players, but we truly are one whole unit. There are some guys who may be faster or stronger than others. Some may be better pitchers than others. They all come together to become the best versions of themselves. And they come together to be better than the sum of their parts. Everyone's played a role in getting here. As Austin lays down a bunt, third base side. It's beautiful. Mejia picks it up. Throw is late. Juggled by Miller at first. So Austin lays it down. A sneak attack from Grayson Austin. Exactly how you want to do it. Credit to Mejia for making that a very close play.
Landon Fowler.
So here's Landon Fowler. Fowler is through 3 innings on the hill. Let's see here. As the first pitch is inside. Would think Fowler would be swinging away. Ripped a single back the middle his first time up. A wave and a miss. Might be the best breaking ball we've seen tonight from Salters. Matchup this. 2 pitchers going at it. Hits this foul. Big time arm for Fowler, as we have seen over the first 2 days of the Senior League World Series. George Turman telling us he's getting a lot of college attention, and you can see why. Salter steps off again. Now Fryer will go out, the catcher. Cognizant of the runner at second base. They're on the same page as far as signs go. Even in the 3rd inning, each pitch, oh so important. Tie, so the count's full. McGovern walked to begin the inning. He's at second. Austin a bunt base hit. Fryer Pointing to something. Take a timeout call by David Wilson. Keep on having a conversation with Wilson about something here. Looked like there was a lot of listening from Wilson first. Hearing out Vaughn on, and now umpires come together. For third base umpire, Doug Fravel at second, Barry Yates jogs in. Figure out what's going on. First and second and nobody out. Really hard to tell what this could even out. Saw Salters back off a few times and make sure that he was on the same page, catcher Fryer. Now both managers are going to come out. We're going to talk about something here. Pointed over. Normally when you see that in the major league, typically a warning being issued for myriad of reasons. But it looked like maybe in this case he was pointing to just to get George Terman and Pete Vaughn on over to have this chat. See the catcher here again. Pointing at something. Not sure if it was his manager coming out. Got players on both teams now talking to each other. Again, this is a battle of South Carolina teams, and a lot of these kids go to the same high schools. They're playing on the same high school and travel baseball teams. I wonder, maybe this is a conversation about sign stealing. As soon as Fowler was digging back in before the 3-2, Fryer, the catcher, noticed something on the third base side that prompted the pause. Now we sit and wait as we try to figure out what's going on. Obviously, there's been a heightened awareness, as we've talked about a couple of times now, with the devices and Major League Baseball and minor league baseball. To get rid of that, and for the most part, they have. So nothing really changed. Still 2 on with nobody out. It's still 3-2 on Fowler. And we're ready to go again. Hit in the air to right. Becker dives and he makes the catch. Throw back in, gets away. Oh my goodness. Luke Becker laying out in right. Are you kidding me? Put this on SportsCenter's top 10. Full out extension from Luke Becker. Unbelievable. And a swing and a miss. That will be one of the best days you will see all week. And if there's top it, can't wait to see it. Considering the spot, Again, only the third inning, but if that ball gets by Becker, at least one, if not two runs. And Fowler, probably a third. Swing and a miss. Biko down on strikes for the second time. What a turn of events here. Swinging in the first. This play was so good. We're going to keep showing it to you. Look at that. Loses the glasses, the hat, and had the presence of mind to come up. And then this K of Biko and a filthy pitch downstairs. Can't imagine what is going Luke Becker right now. Circled that play as a potential game-changing, game-saving play. Scruggs on the ground towards short. Johnson gobbles it up. Guns to first. The throw is high. McGovern in to score. Over to third is Austin. Scruggs reaches and a run in for the host team. And it's a 2-1 lead for Easley. Scruggs had an RBI single in the first. Responsible for getting the second run in. First pitch to Sonderfin was a strike. Now the 0-1's inside. Looked like he would have been safe anyway if the throw was on target. A check swing foul. Has been ruled an error on Johnson, the shortstop. First one committed by Southeast tonight. Curveball got him. And that ends the third. But run in for Easley on the error, and they take the lead. Let's go back and look at this error, or the catch that preserved this tie game. Best plays that you will see this week in Easley. 2-1 the lead for the host team as we move to the fourth, in the fourth and final game of the day. Day 2 action in Easley. It's Charlie Mejia leading things off.
On the mound, Landon Fowler.
15-year-old from Chapin. Takes inside from Landon Fowler. Fowler allowed a run on 2 base hits last inning. Got the first 2 outs of the third, but Salters and Fryer hit fly balls that could not be caught. A tough sky. 20-some-odd to go. And it led to a gift of a run for Southeast. But looking to respond. Ripped in a left for a base hit. Fourth of the night for Southeast, and they've got the leadoff man on for the second time. Pulls the hand side on this 3-1 and shoots it over the leaping pitcher. Brings up Boone Miller. Miller fouls it away. Next pitch will be the 60th for foul. Miller flew out his first time. 6'4", 210-pounder. '16-year-old from Irmo. A lot of strikes for Fowler. 2 pitches have been strikes. Only got 2 strikeouts. A lot of balls in play. South Carolina. Talked about it. Small town outside of Columbia. Pick up throw to first. Irmo, the home of Dustin Johnson, 2-time winner. Went to high school in Irmo. So too did Bills kicker Tyler Batt. As this pitch rides high and away. Dustin Johnson is Boone Miller's favorite athlete. Mike Trout, his favorite baseball player. Gets this one sharply, but foul. Front of this offering. Just hooks it foul outside the third base line. By Miller. Enjoyed with this group of players. He's grown up with these guys. He's also a high school football player. His dream job to be an architect. Battling here against Fowler with the leadoff man aboard in the 4th. Up and in for ball 4. A lengthy battle, and Miller ends up again.
Coming up to the plate, number 19, Luke Becker.
Nearing the 70 pitch mark is Fowler. Beck is coming to bat. 2 on and nobody out. Showing bunt, gets it down in the air though. And bobbled by the pitcher. That upset with Pritchard. So Becker able to get it down and everybody's safe. Fowler bobbling it. So Fowler has to regather himself. Bases low, nobody out. It's Reese Jolly. Jolly shoots it foul, right hand side. Years old. South Carolina Gamecocks team. Football fan. Pretty darn good at baseball, though. Swung back. Are in. Middle infielders a double play depth. Bouncing in and under the left leg of Queen. Nearly went through the 5-hole. Blocked it. Got a piece of the glove, which slowed it down. 2-2 coming. Down and away, and the count is full. Listen to this crowd. Three-two. Jolly with a bouncer up the middle. Austin to second one. He goes throw to first, not in time, and a run scores. Mejia crossing the plate from third, and Southeast comes back to tie the game. Jolly didn't hit it hard. Bang, bang play at first. Fowler thought he was out. And they will look at this. Umpires going to the headsets. So second challenge. Let's see the play at first again. Wow, be out? Let's see. Whoa, that is close as it gets. There, wow. Each team gets up to 2 unsuccessful challenges per game. I think from slowing it down and zooming in, he's out by half a step. Umpire still with the headsets on as we await the final ruling. David Wilson and Barry Yates over there. It out. These calls so crucial. Regardless of the inning, play like this can change the entire of a game. See Jolly lunging for the bag. Heck of a stretch by Sonderfin, too. Had a lot of close plays. And because of this reach and stretch, maybe the difference between safe or out, and he's out. So it is a double play. 6-4-3. Run still counts, though. There are only once in the inning. Miller now at third.
The runner at first was out, and so was the runner at second. 2 outs in the inning.
So it brings up Boykin quickly. And Bickley still with a chance to put his team ahead. Southeast has never led. They trailed 1-0 after one. They tied it in the third, but then the host came back and took the lead. They've tied it again. Bickley calls himself the best basketball player on the team. Hits this one sharply, but foul. Wow. The Southeast side besides themselves. Alex Hufford pointing to his eyes, saying, I saw it. Wow, that's definitely foul, but it was close. For third, Miller had to leap out of the way. Curveball's popped up. 3 players come in, and it's Austin, the shortstop, that makes the play. Go-ahead run to third, but Southeast comes back to tie the game. Back and forth go here in Easley. Good one so far through 3.5 innings at JB Red Owens Sports Complex. Battle of two South Carolina squads. And so far, it's played out as we'd expect. Raleigh Sooners has been good through 3 innings. Couple of runs on 3. He struck out 3 as he deals with the bottom third of the order. Aiden Queen leading things off. High and away for ball 1. First appearance of the Junior League World Series for Queen, who was only time and was granted to him. So it's 1-0. He's 6 years old, hails from Anderson, South Carolina. There's pitches and plays third as well. The practices for this team have been the best practices that he's ever attended. Says the idea of playing baseball on television is super cool. It's Aiden playing on the biggest stage now. Take 3. It's something that take for granted as they get older in this game, but this is a really cool opportunity for youngsters. As another late time is called. Salter's trying to work very quickly here. The air towards right center field. Becker glides over to make the catch. Remember, he made that outstanding diving play an inning ago. Now ranges right for the first out of the 4th. Goes from out of your screen to right in the middle of your shot. Speed and athleticism, Becker, and now it's Trey Sutton. He's hit by the pitch. Breaking ball with too much.
Coming to the plate.
Aboard for the first time.
Sean Perry.
Sean Perry, the batter. Flew to right his first time. 15-year-old from Central South Carolina. George Turbin. David might have a pinch runner here. Looks like that's Eli Bledsoe. Number 6, Gavin Jordan. Yesterday for this team. He was terrific over 5 and he gave up only 2 runs and struck out 4. More or less has been first base coach today for this Easley team, and Bledsoe will be the runner here. Sean Perry. That pitch was up and almost acted like a pitch out. pitch will be the 50th for Salters. Salters backs off as he faces Perry for a second time. On trying to sort something away with David Wilson.
Special teams runner for the host team is number 10, Eli Bledsoe.
He just announced the runner Bledsoe coming in, but he's been at first for a couple of pitches now. Von On saying, hold on a minute. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. And we will. Salters Hart on the mound. He's going to remain in this game. We'll take a break. Come back with 1 out and 1 on at the bottom of the 4th. Right after this. Raleigh Salter is done on the hill. Leaves it at bat. Alexander Townley takes over. Townley, the 16-year-old. So Townley inherits 2-0 count on Jay Sean Perry. Salters 52 pitches. The first one drops in for a strike from the southpaw Townley. To left, back towards the gap, and that ball is caught by Salters. Well, Perry had some pop behind that swing, but he's the second out of the inning. Said this earlier, but seems like in this sport, as soon as you change positions or move someone around, the ball will find that person, as it just did with Salters. He was up to the task. So Salters in center. Bickley moves from center to left. Runner is off. Throw to second from Friars. A good one. And it's in time. Bledsoe gunned down. And the side retired in the 4th. That's some really good defense in this game, especially out of Southeast. Another weapon to add to their highlight reel to keep this game tied at 2. Want to see some girls with game? Tune into the excitement of the hashtag Summer of Softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content and information about starting a softball league and more. The Senior League World Series rolls on here in Easley, South Carolina. And landed foul is done. David Vincent takes over on the hill. The 6'2" defender will face the top of this Southeast order.
Coming up to the plate will be number 2, Brayden.
Fowler was fantastic here tonight, pitching on back-to-back days. Fowler 4 innings. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. Walked a couple, punched down 2. And the first from Vincent sails high to Braden Johnson. Johnson quiet from the leadoff spot, 0 for 2. That was filthy. sharp, tight break on this breaking pitch. Ball 4. And on 4 pitches, the leadoff man is aboard for the second straight inning for Southeast. Raleigh Salters, a late timeout call. Seen a couple of those. Some gamesmanship going on here between these two South Carolina teams. Vinson pumps into strike. His final line on the mound. 3 1/3, 2 runs on 4 hits, a walk and 3 Ks. Pickoff throw to first is low. Give you the line for foul. And now it's Vinson, the 6'2" right-hander out of Red High. It's down low and grabs the inside edge. Balls put in play here tonight. 5 total strikeouts. Very close there. Vince is all 3 outfield positions. His pitches. Johnson a big lead. He's off as the pitches bounce foul. We started talking about good luck charms and superstitions last night. Vincent has an interesting one. His answer is more of a piece of advice, it seems. He goes by this, but he says, never shave if you're doing good. It's clean shaven at least to start this Senior League World Series. Second with the runner off, and it's there in time. Johnson gunned down by Queen behind the plate. Jay-Sean Perry taking the throw. I think he knew it. Bevy of defensive substitutions here. Bolton Pritchard is out of the game. So Biko went from second to third. Pritchard's out. Perry's at second. Saunders, first baseman, moves to left. Chance here. That's caught by Saunders. Austin out there too. And Fowler remains in the game as the first baseman for District 1. Those are all the changes. Chance to face the minimum in his first inning. David Vinson now deals with Coleman Fryer. A lot of curveballs. This is a bounding ball towards us. And it's a clean inning. We're through 4.5. We remain tied at 2. A good one to wrap up day 2 here at Easley. History will be made this August as professional softball comes to North Carolina For the first time ever, Athletes Unlimited Pro Games, the Little League Softball World Series on August 8th and 9th. Learn more at littleleague.org/athletesunlimited. Move into the bottom of the fifth at Jamie Red Owen Sports Complex. Jim Kane here with you as we put a bow on day number 2 in Easley, South Carolina. It's the top of the order. Joey McGovern pops it up, and that'll reach the seats. The fan makes a nice play, 3 back. It's been a packed house since prior to first pitch. Carolina clash between the host team out of South Carolina District 1 from Easley and the champions of the Southeast region from Irmo. A floater falls in for a called strike from Alexander Townley. Joey McGovern for his 3rd at-bat. He's flown out, walked, and now he strikes out swinging. Pitch up in the zone, and he's down on strikes for the first out. Not overpowering stuff from Townley here. 16-year-old Columbia, but gets the job done. Grayson Austin. His base quite a bit over the first 2 games of this World Series. Reached twice yesterday. And both times it's this one down line against by Mejia. And a base hit. Austin, a wide turn at first. He'll breaks on there. And Easley shortstop fired up. 1-out single. Waited back on this pitch. Jumped all over it. Valiant effort from Mejia. May have really deflected it. It was Bynum with his second base hit. And here is Landon Fowler, who is now the first baseman in this game on the mound. Wave through that breaking ball, and Fryer had some issues afterward. But Austin not going anywhere. He's still at first. Fowler to talk things over. So he was upset after a bunt base hit for Luke Becker at the top of the 4th. He couldn't come up with cleanly. Taking a deep breath and regaining his composure as he digs back in. Singled in the first inning, and he was retired on that outstanding diving play in right by Becker. Fouls this back to the screen, and the count 1-2. Both sides with 2 runs, both sides with 5 hits. Back in safely is Austin. Left side, bounces through. That took a funky hop. third baseman gave a look like, what just happened? He was out in front. See what this angle looks like. Wow. Oh, just took off.
Now batting, number 21.
It's some sort of rock or something. Took a high bounce in the air. Back-to-back base hits. And a wave and a miss from Biko. Ball one outside. Into second. We've had a lot of pickoff throws today. Each base runner, so important. Corner in as Biko hits into left field, and Bickley will make the center in the fifth. Bickley started this game at center. Moves over to left to play. It's up to Cade Scruggs, trying to capitalize here for the host team. Scruggs 2 for 2. Drove in a run in the first. Flails and misses. Bunch of off-speed stuff from Townley. He'll only top out at 72 with his fastball, according to his skipper. And a lot of off-balance swings like that. He's trying to change speeds regardless of the count and attack the strike zone. His best pitch and his out pitch, according to Pete Von Ahn, is the changeup. It's the ladder and misses inside. Swing and a miss, pulls the string, and he ends the fifth with a pair of punch-outs. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 stranded. Locked at 2 as we enter the late innings here in Easley. The excitement of the World Series can be downloaded in the new Little League World Series app. Fans can view schedules, highlights, and plan their experience using the Little League World Series app. Download it for Apple and Android devices. This crowd has not their seats since first pitch. Maybe the youngsters who are playing the Finish the Lyric game that's going on right now have done so. Trying to win a prize at JB Red Owen Sports Complex. They're having fun on a Sunday night. Wrapping up the month of July and wrapping up day number 2 of the Senior League World Series. Vincent took over on the mound in the 5th. Back to work here in the 6th. And Candler Morden leading things off for Southeast. First pitch breaking ball, curls down and away. Morden's 1 for 2. And a single to lead off the second inning. Southeast has put the leadoff man on in 3 of the last 4. That grabs the outside corner, makes it 2-1. Vincent, 12 pitches in his first inning in which he faced the minimum. Grounded back up the middle and into center field. Second hit for Morton. And And so the leadoff man is aboard for the 4th time in 5 innings. Pitch that was left over the plate, and Morden capitalized.
Now batting number 25, Charlie.
This game has been really anything you can do, I can do better. 2 runs, 6 hits for Southeast. 2 runs, 6 hits for the host team. Charlie Mejia will take strike 1. Outside, 1-1. He has singled and scored his last time. As this breaking ball bounce in. He's been solid all night behind the dish. Winner of this game to take on the East Region, New Jersey on Tuesday night in the U.S. semifinal game. Got under it, popped it up. Perry calling for it and makes the catch. 1 gone in the 6th. Miller. It's the scouting report from Mejia.
Now batting number 16, Boone Miller.
A fly out to left and a walk. Miller. Strike 1. Driven to center field. A caught by Perry. So after the leadoff single, quick outs induced by Vincent. Luke here.
Now batting number 19, Luke Becker.
Misses. It's the 3rd member of the Becker family to play in the Little League World Series, a regional tournament. His brother Matthew was on the 2019 senior team for Southeast that won the regionals. Lexi in the 2016 Little League Softball Southeast Regional Tournament as he grounds it towards the hole and short. And Austin slings to second for the force out of Morden. No runs ahead and a runner stranded onto the bottom of the 6th inning. Still tied at 2. The Little League would like to extend a special thank you to its official sponsors like AIG Travel Guard and AD Star Baseballs. Companies provide year-round support to the Little League program, helping to create opportunity experiences for families and communities. Little League would also like to thank its dedicated volunteers who make the program a special experience for millions of children around the world. Jonathan Sonderfin leading things forward easily here in the home half of the 6th. Tied at 2. Batted sharply towards short. Tough hop, but fielded by Hudson, who tosses to first to get him for the first down. Sonderfin now 0 for 3. Townley back out there.
Now batting number 16, Eden Moore.
Second pitcher used by Pete Von On today. 2 and a third now for the lefty. Pop. And Becker will make the play. 2 very quick outs here for the southpaw.
Now batting number 26, Trey Sutton.
Sutton, who was hit by pitches last time. Third at bat of the night. Change up, catches inside corner. From a guy, Riley Salters, who sure was throwing a lot of curveballs, but fastball was harder than this. Definitely an adjustment for this Easley team. Sutton fights this one up. Sometimes you hear that it's harder to pitchers who throw softer than average guy. Sutton in the left. Bickley back towards the track. He'll make the grab. And it's a 1-2-3 6th inning. The final inning of this one, still tied at 2 here in Carolina.
For their continued support.
The Southeast champions from Irmo, South Carolina, come to bat here in the top half of the 7th inning. They're tied at 2. And what really a thrilling and compelling game. Not a lot of offense, but it's still been entertaining. Had some great defensive plays, some big pitching here tonight.
Number 15, Alexander Townley was at the plate.
Alexander Townley with his first at-bat of the night. In the spot once occupied by Reese Jolly, who began this game as Southeast's left fielder. Bounced right side and gloved by Fowler. Steps on first for the first out. Southeast has had base runners in which Landon Fowler retired this 1-2-3. Since then, they have stranded 5. Boykin Bickley looking to get on for the first time. A strikeout and a pop out from the bottom of the order. Up the middle, it'll sneak into center field. Just to the right of the second base bag for Bickley. He's got a 1-out base knock in the 7th. And away back on the breaking ball. We've seen more and more off-speed stuff in this game. Vincent certainly a stark contrast from what we saw with Fowler, who sure had his share of secondary pitches like breaking ball, but a lively fastball. Vincent keep these hitters off balance like we've seen from Alexander Townley. Lifted to shallow lefts towards the line. The left fielder, Sonderfin, makes the play. It was there, the shortstop, but Sonderfin squeezes the mitt for the second. Riley Salters had a base hit and scored a run in the that single sandwiched between a scout and flyout. Counters off. Breaking ball's a strike. Throw to second. Not in time. On a curveball, the fact that the play was as close as it was, Bickley certainly safe, is a testament to Queen. How quickly he gets rid of it. The accurate throw. George Turman saying something to David Wilson. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And Salters come through. By the way, that steal, the second of the for Southeast. The other belongs to Salters. A curveball clips the corner, and it's 2. In the bottom of the 7th, it's 9-1-2 for the host team. 1-2 delivery. A bouncer left side. The shortstop Austin, the long throw in time. And the side retired in the 7th. The go-ahead left in scoring position thanks to this nifty play from Grayson Austin. Host team with a chance to walk it off and go to the U.S. semifinals when it returns. Doesn't get much better than this. Bottom 7 tied at 2. The ends have been incredible here tonight. We've heard chants of Let's Go D1 for the host team out of Easley, followed by chants of Let's Go Southeast, team from Irmo, South Carolina. 9-1-2 due up here in the first half of the 7th. Jay Sean Perry leading off against Alexander Townley. Joey McGovern on deck, and then it's an Austin to follow. Perry's 0 for 2. Got a bunt down, but fouled it off. Certainly not a bad idea. The ball went. Get on any way he can. The winner advances to the U.S. semifinals. Will face Jersey Tuesday. This game plays tomorrow at 4. Some really close pitches in this at-bat. Time called. Center field, a base hit. Good start to the bottom of the 7th. D1, the leadoff man is aboard. Look at the reaction. Fire it up as he makes his way down the line. He will be lifted for a pinch runner, perhaps. Let's see. Got a meeting on the mound. Could have a one on here. Joey. Deck. I think we might have a pitching change here. Pete Von On. Breaking out his lineup card. So too David Wilson. And a laugh. One of our tense moments here The loser of this game still has a chance through this tournament. Path will just be a lot harder. And there will be a pitch change here for Southeast. Take a break. Introduce you to the new pitcher when we return to Easley. Here's Reese Jolly, who came out of this game earlier. He was the starting left fielder. He was 0 for 2 in 2 at-bats. But Pete Von On bringing him in to perhaps the big spot of his life. The winning run is at first base with Buddy out here in the 7th. And Jolly comes on to face the top of the Joey McGovern. Quiet 0 for 2. Walk and score a run in the 3rd. Danger here for Jolly. First pitch is low. George Turman saying that Joey McGovern has all 5 tools. All he does is perform and through. Gets under this and pops it up. Miller, the first baseman, makes the catch with 2 hands and a big first out secured by Jolly. Grayson Austin. Been on all 3 times he's come to bat. Hit by a pitch, a bunt base hit, and then a single in the 5th. Fouls this one off himself. Off that front foot. Had a couple of close calls on balls that may have hit the feet of players that have resulted in out. If not, fouled away. And from 2, the count goes to 2-2. Brandon Fowler is on deck. A dangerous 3-hitter. George Turman with Perry at first refers to Austin as the quiet leader, maybe the sleeper. Not necessarily someone that garners a lot of the attention, but someone comes through time and time again. Being very cautious with Perry at first. Is off, pitches, throw to second base, safe. That for Perry and the winning run in scoring position. It's safe to say this has been the game of the weekend so far. 3-2, line to right, in for a base hit. Perry being one round. Becker, run of a play. A walk-off pick for Grayson Austin to send Easley, South Carolina to the semifinals.
Congrats to our Southeast Region 2 sports basketball.
Off a terrific night on base all 4 times as Becker could not come up with it. Ball bouncing by him and Perry with the exclamation point. What a game. An electric crowd in this clash for South Carolina. And the host team prevails with a walk-off win, cap off day 2 of the Senior League World Series. Wow. What'll be in store tomorrow? That was a lot of fun. Wins on back-to-back days for District 1. Both one-run finals in this dramatic walk-off action. Big thanks to our entire crew, and for those of you joining all day long, stay with us tomorrow as well as the action gets underway at 10. My name is Kane saying so long from Easley. Your final once more, District 1-3, these 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning for day 3.